Hey, I'm Kristine Leahy, and this is Best Thing I Heard This Week. Ice Cube was on the couch, and he let us know when he realized that NWA had made an impact on music.
When they banned our video on MTV, when they banned Straight Outta Compton on MTV, and all the kind of the fire around it and the media attention behind it, and I just knew, wait till they hear our next song. Wait till they get a load of me, one of those kind of moments. So we just knew that it was fire. We thought the music was just for our friends. We thought only people in the neighborhood would understand or even care what we were talking about. So we were not even looking that far down the road, and it just took off like a phenomenon. It took off like what they say, a wildfire. And it was cool to see the influence go, reverberate across the country and then around the world.
Film producer Mike Tolan talked fastball and a pitcher you may have never heard of before.
There's a baseball equivalent named Steve Dalkowski. You know that name?
I absolutely do.
So here's a guy who just couldn't find the plate. One year he had 262 strikeouts and 262 walks, right? So it comes to, I think we're like in 1962, and Doug Harvey, the umpire, tells the story. So he goes out there, and in 54 innings, he strikes out 108. So 2 strikeouts an inning and only 11 walks. He gets his Topps baseball card. He gets fitted for his major league uniform. Spring training, last outing, it's all set. He's finally going to make the big leagues. Comes off the mound to field a bunt, and pop. The arm goes. Never plays a down.
And many believed he threw the hardest stuff that never got to the bigs.
Yeah, Pat Gillick and Davey Johnson are the guys that we found in the film who played with him who said nobody faster ever.
Dominick Cruz and Urijah Faber faced off in studio, and, well, just watch.
I'm very young. This guy's had 4 surgeries. He took a desk job. This guy's old, believe me.
He's talking about fighting all this time, but he's been dodging people all this time. There was a champion in the division that he refused to face.
I don't hate Dominic either.
I don't hate anybody.
My mom would probably
What's the word I should
sit me down and talk to me.
Dislike strongly. Where I come from, when you look at somebody up and down like that, he's lucky he didn't get punched in the face right there. So
his mind is made for battle. He's got heart. He's got those kind of things, but his body is not.
He's talked about fighting people, but he doesn't beat them. He does fight them, but he doesn't beat them.
It's going to be fireworks. I mean, it's going to be ugly in there.
And Frank Thomas told us his opinion on celebrations in baseball.
No, I never celebrated.
Not one time.
A couple walk-off home runs, that was it.
You never celebrated.
No, I carried that torch. When I came up, celebrating wasn't cool. The game has totally changed. Older guys would say, hey, we play this game at this level a certain way, and you learn and you watch. Nowadays, the bat flips is part of the game. I think society has changed a lot. And it's time for the old school to just relax a little bit more. It's hard, but we got to relax a little bit more.
Couldn't I make the argument that baseball has never had more international participants, and that by adding players from all over the world, they come from more celebratory cultures? Couldn't I argue, as baseball has gotten more global, players should be more understanding that the system of minor league baseball they were part of is celebratory?
It's a global game now, and you're right about that. The Latinos, they've always had that flair. So when I came up, they tried to tone it down. The guys are told me you got to tone down. We can't have this because, if you celebrate, then your best player is going to get drilled the next pitch. I mean, that's what the game was. They took it serious back in the old school.
Let's go to Ricky Henderson. He was a wacko. I love him. But how was Ricky Henderson was allowed some leeway? Why?
Because he was great. Great players can get away with a lot of things.
So why doesn't Bryce Harper and Jose Bautista get away with stuff?
I think they do. I mean, the game has changed, and we're at that process now. After seeing that stuff in the playoff last year, we're open for change. The commissioner came out last week and said he wasn't offended about any of it. So I think the game's on a different plane right now. You will see the change over the next few years.
This is Best Thing I Heard This Week. Tune in weekdays at noon Eastern on FS1.